Hey, what's up? What's going on? How's everybody doing? What's going on, my peeps, my peoples? If you guys can please like, comment, and subscribe and share the videos, it'll be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. So let's talk about this. Yesterday we talked about Swag, his rant he did with Brandy. He did a live. He went off. He was talking crazy. He looked crackish, cussy-ish. He just looked all types of wrong. It just didn't look right. But he did not throw racist slurs towards his opponent, which is, Ray, Mr. Ray from Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. So yeah, we're talking about the cast of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. But it seems like yesterday, Mr. Ray, he made TMZ. How come Zellswag, video didn't make I'm MTV make TMZ? Oh, okay, I know why Zellswag video did not make TMZ, because he did a lot of cussing and swearing on his live or whatever. But it seems like Mr. Ray, his did. So what did he do? He called in some Hollywood favors and got his story put on, TMZ. And also Masika, she called in some favors, in Hollywood, and got this story put on, because it's actually going to bring viewers to watch Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, the reunion, just to see what happened, how it went down, see what people had on. And now that it's getting this much press, so maybe, everyone's saying that, Zellswag, he's fired, for violence. And then also, Mr. Ray, he's pressing charges against Zellswag, what, possibly a misdemeanor assault charge or whatever. And he called, Zellswag a ghetto M word, a ghetto monk or whatever, and just like, why would he use that? I know he used ghetto so many times on the show to describe Zellswag, but why did he have to put the monkey in front of it? Because that is a term that was used to be derogatory and racist towards, black people, African Americans, and Moors, people of, with deep melanin in their skin or have melanin. So I don't know if Ray knew that him replying to Zellswag's live saying that, hey, you didn't punch me, you didn't beat me up, there was no bleeding, I wasn't leaking, and all you did was scratch me like a monkey. He could have said a cat would have been better. But he used that direct, very, demeaning word that has been used racially for many, many decades and generations. And I don't know if he knew that it was going to make TMZ what he said, but it did. And so that's what he's going to be known for, calling another black man a monkey ghetto. It's just like, wow, like, Mona, come and get your people. They're doing too much. They're acting up too much. Like, the attention that they are seeking or doing together is just too much, because it almost seems like, they're going to spin this off, for next season, that, Zellswag might be returning. And because, he could possibly get fired, or they could up the money for Mosika and, Mr. Ray to continue to perform on the show, and give them more leeway, or give them more like rights and more more, different things to smooth them around, to make them feel comfortable with, next season. And they may have Zellswag on as a guest, but it seems like either this was like they all got together and they huddled up and they talked about it, and this is what we're gonna do, this is how we're gonna make it pop. But they could make it pop, and they could be working together. That's fine. They could be doing this all for entertainment, because they are characters on a TV show, a reality TV show. But it would have been much more professional, much more better of a characteristic of, Mr. Ray, to actually come at him using a different term and not that term. And maybe next time, hopefully, that he realized what he said didn't look right. It could be misinterpreted, different ways, that you are pulling that light skin, dark skin thing, the brown paper bag test, and things like that. So hopefully, Mr. Ray will learn from this, and not use that type of word. But, he did get attacked. And he could have just been going off and drilling in, and mad, nervous, upset, fright, shock, and everything that he said what he said, or he did it on purpose because he's a comedian, because he's an entertainer, and plus he's performing. But it doesn't give, Zellswag the right to, attack him or punch him or hit him or claim all this other stuff that he did do. But we'll see what happens. But Zellswag was upset. He was mad because Mr. Ray and Masika got together and went and got, one of Zellswag's exes to come on to the reunion show and defame him and talk about his personal business. So he felt slighted about that they double teamed. Like, okay, we're going to keep it on the show. Let's keep it on the show. But now you're really embarrassing me. You're making me look really bad. What about if I bring up your guys or this and that? But Zellswag did go on his live a couple of months ago and talk about Mosika, using her daughter's dresses and clothes as cum rags when she have guys coming over to her house, and that she stays in like a 1-bedroom apartment or a two, or the baby sleeps in the same room that she sleeps in, the way he was shading her. So, but he said that about her. He didn't bring nobody to the show to actually confirm and say. He didn't bring any of them guys to say, hey, yes, I used one of her daughter's rags or clothing to wipe myself off. He didn't bring that to the show, but they brought one of his exes that said some defamatory things about him, or things that he didn't want the public to know about him. So is it a catch-22? Are they all on the equal playing field? Or is this just, attention seeking? Well, we know it's attention seeking, but is it real? Is it real? Or did they plan it together? Or they're trying to make a boost for their show? But anyways, violence is never the key. Don't be hitting people, especially if that's your job and you're at work, because most people will get fired at work. They won't even get suspended, totally fired from your job if you fight or whatever. So we it's not everyone's saying that he is fired or whatever, but he could come on as a friend. He can make a public apology. He can say he took some anger management classes and he's not going to do it again, basically to get himself back on the show if he is actually off the show. But it said that, most sites are confirming that he is. The Mosika and Red confirming that he is, but they don't work at they're not the producers, they're not the network, so we'll find out. So anyways, I guess, their drama spills off onto TMZ and other blog sites. I guess this is what they want. But it's neither good press for both of them. But they say press is press. You stay in the press, whether it's good or negative. You just gotta work your way around it. But I don't think it's positive press at all. But if people find it interesting, and VH1 and their interns do the research and see how much people gravitated towards this story and how the reunion goes, who knows? We might see Zellswag back, or we might not see none of them back. They might get rid of him. Like, yo, these guys are doing way too much. Peace. I'm out.